Entanglement is a Virtue is a project I've been working on here at Ohio State in the MFA program. It's an interactive installation that creates the condition for a person to try to synchronize their brainwaves with the electrophysiology of a moth pupa. You can see the wing here actually, and it's like this is in the early stages. I mean, this still has like a week or two left at least before it's ready to emerge as a moth. This project is essentially an art and science hybrid. I'm using technoscience prosthetics to create an artwork ultimately, but it's an experience that kind of oscillates between what people traditionally recognize as artwork and what people generally recognize as a scientific experiment, and thinking how I can kind of use these platforms that are generally used in really specific environments and kind of misuse them to kind of come up with hopefully new and exciting outcomes. I've been trying to figure out a way to kind of get live dynamic information from the bugs, and have not really been successful. And then I had this lying around for other projects, and it occurred to me that if I can attach these to my head to get information, why can't I attach them to a bug to get information? Well, most bugs are pretty active, so that's when I started looking at the chrysalis and the pupae, which are actually these they're really quiet in terms of they're not moving ever unless they're feeling threatened. So they were kind of like the ideal organism to see if I could attach bugs to this system and get some kind of feedback from the bug itself. This guy doesn't seem to be as sensitive. Yeah, that time it was like, I mean, they both spiked. This one spiked a little more, actually. This project began with me imagining a very kind of simple artifice for a human to hook into the system in close proximity to the moth, and there would be some kind of illustrative sculpture that kind of represented what was happening in terms of that relationship. And so I started building what I thought was going to be this large kinetic weave, and then ultimately diverted from that trajectory to create an immersive experience versus an illustrative one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you hooked in. That just goes above your left eyebrow, and you can just kind of press on it and it will actually stick pretty well.
Like right about here?
Yeah, maybe a little closer to like right above the center, yeah. So this is where we're actually looking. Okay. This is like a reference, and there's some kind of algorithms which I don't fully understand that are checking for noise, like comparing noise down here with noise up here to find like the actual. Oh, okay. I think that's my understanding. And then this is, I think, just you're grounding. Okay. And so what the program does is it looks at the number, the reading from the pupa and the reading from you, and it's looking for those numbers to match, but they have to match over time. Okay. And so as they match more and more over time, that the light increases in brightness and the vibration increases in intensity.
Okay,
so
I'll know when things are syncing because of this vibration.
Right,
this
yeah.
Is my feedback.
Exactly. And the vibration, the more intense the vibration is, the longer you've been syncing with. And as soon as you stop syncing, the vibration will decrease. I love the phrase quantum entanglement, this idea that something is in two places. It's entangled in such a way on planes beyond our knowing and understanding that what seem like discrete things are actually the same somehow. And this project in particular isn't about collecting knowledge. It's about something that's experiential and can't necessarily be quantified.
Yeah, even watching that is really helpful.
Yeah.
I do wonder, I mean, maybe it's not something you hold, maybe it's something you see here. I mean, you could also visualize vibration in other ways, or even maybe you're sitting on a vibrating, the apparatus that you're in just vibrates.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It became important that the experience itself is what was the focal point of the project versus this other sculptural element, and that
putting my energy into kind of finessing what actually happens or between the human and the moth pupa, and like really framing that well turned out to be much more important than necessarily illustrating it.
You climb into it when it's in this upright position, and then I kind of hook you into the system that will measure your brain waves and compare it to the bug's own resonance. And I wanted a situation where you would kind of be transported to this space where you're going to try to think inside of the bug. And so the motors kind of deliberately take you back and kind of give you this long period of time to kind of go to that place. And then inside of the chair, I'll have vibration motors embedded. The more you're in sync over time, the more intense the vibration gets. And then if you're not syncing, the vibration drops. So it's just some haptic feedback to kind of indicate to you if you're actually matching your own brain waves to the bug's electrophysiology.
I do feel like I'm throwing it out in the public kind of soon. Like, I feel like I need another year to really finesse the experience. I'm putting it out there in kind of a dirty, haphazard way. There's a lot left to kind of unpack, both technologically speaking, but also how the project's framed in the gallery, and if it needs to be in the gallery. I'm asking my audience to kind of believe with me that animals don't exist in the lesser of two realms, human and animal, and this project creates the condition for them to kind of step inside, to look, meet, and think animals. Not think about animals, but try to think inside of another animal. And ultimately, that's what this project kind of boils down to. Can you think inside of another creature? And what does that even mean?